Hello, my name is Carol, and I'm the owner of Treasure Chest Connections. What I'm going to show you is how to take a lampshade and recover it. Now the original one is this right here, and because I changed my bed covers, this no longer fit my scheme or my theme of the whole project. So what I did was I sketched a few things and figured out how I would like for it to look. Now I went with a burgundy sateen that I purchased. It was probably maybe a yard, very inexpensive, and I took regular typing paper and I kind of took a piece of tape. Nice roll of tape is good. Doesn't matter, inexpensive tape. And I covered it so that it would fit all the way around. And just taped it. Doesn't matter. It can be real sloppy if you want it to be. I'm neat, so I like to try to keep it trim. And I overlapped it all the way around. And then I took a pair of scissors and I cut it around so that it ends up looking like, get a hold of it, this. And you see, I'll roll it here, that it covers completely around. Okay, and then taped it even all the way closed, and then I trimmed it with a pair of scissors to go all the way around, bottom and top, and then carefully got the scissors underneath it, and then I cut it straight up, and then I removed it. Now this is the finished rough piece of that. Then I placed it onto my material, and you can use straight pins if you want to. The little pins, the ball on the bottom, top I mean. And I didn't even use that, but you can if you feel you're not real steady. But carefully took, I just kind of put my fingers up underneath it and kind of held onto it real lightly and cut maybe an inch is probably the best way to do it, to a half an inch. You can see that right there. This is the finished piece off of that. Then I took some Aleene's tacky glue. Now you can use any school glue actually, but the tacky glue works a little bit better. And carefully lifted up the corner, and I glued it on the inside. Make sure that you've got the outside fabric, by the way, on this side. The inside fabric goes with the this is interfacing, by the way, that I cut off of this. Forgot to tell you that. This piece right here is made out of the paper that's taped together. I put that on the interfacing, and I used a pencil and I outlined it and then cut a piece of interfacing. That's what this is, interfacing. Your material, like I said, was over here. I lightly cut it about an inch wider all the way around, give you a bit of working room. Then I put the interfacing on the inside of the fabric. This is the right side of the fabric. And then I glued it with Aleene's right on the very, 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 very edge, because this is going to show through on the other side. But so you don't want any glue at all the way in through here, so you have to be real careful not to get any there, because there's no way you're going to be able to get that back off of there. So now at this point, I've got this, I set it aside, and I make sure it's nice and dry. Now when you turn this over, you can see, yeah, you can see some spots along here, but that's right on the edge of the actual interfacing. Now this is just giving you some stability. Now if you have a solid color, of a lampshade. It would probably work a little bit better, but you'll see the effects of this, a little magical effect, when you turn off and turn on the light finished product. I measured around the circumference of the bottom and the circumference of the top. Now this right here measures out 16 inches, and this all the way around here measured out to 30 inches. Give yourself about a 1-inch play for your trim. And so then I had to decide what kind of trim I wanted. I went with the black because of the type of material, as you see right here, to go with my decor. So I bought 16, actually you're going to have 17 inches because of the 1-inch play, and I have 3 lamps, so times 3, and got that much in inchage of this nice, it's like it's supposed to be like a rose shaped trimming, and bought that amount for 3 lamps. And then the same with the 30 inch on the bottom. I went a little bit beyond what you might normally do. It's all up to you. But I picked out this beautiful ruffled lace, and then also purchased of the same inches I needed, 31 inches times 3 of also this real pretty bead. You can see that right there. So I had to times 2 on that. Now it's a little bit more expensive doing that if you want to do it that way, or you could just use ruffle. You can use any trim you want to at all. So then I took the tacky glue and glued the bead trim onto the lace trim, and I just went a little bit at a time, carefully patted it while it was drying. Now it'll seem like it's not going to adhere at first, and once you've got that beam of glue going alongside right up at the top, once you have that going, you don't want to touch it once you've applied this, like this bead trim, when you're doing a 2-layer trim. And it just kept on pressing lightly up at the edge, and you'll see it'll get a little bit messy, and now that I've got this done right here, see, I just kind of flake it off. This has been drying for like a day, but I actually was able to pick it up probably after about an hour. But as it's drying, you can press it to make sure that it's adhering, because it doesn't seem like it's adhering at first, and then you'll see as it starts to dry and you press upon it that it will adhere. Okay, so see, now this is nice. I can do just about anything with this. It's a finished product. Now this was just a piece left over, so that you can have an idea of what to do here. Now, my next step at this point is going to be to take my finished, get this around here, I'll take this piece right here, and my next step is going to be to put a beam all the way down here on top. Once again, being careful that my one beam is only going to be to go down this right here. Okay, and then we'll finish this off in 1 minute, and I'll be back.